here's how to do power. So power is measured in watts. So when you see, these types of equations with power are going to be in word problems, unfortunately, because you know how English is my passion. So we have 0.6 watts when plugged into a 120 volt outlet. Calculate the current. Okay, so we have our chart up here, and so we have two different ones, right? And so when we're dealing with watts, we use this one, and when we're dealing with like solving resistance or anything like that, we use this one. And so calculate the current, that is I in this example. So we have, so calculate the current, that's I in this example. So we're going to plug in what we already know. So it's 0.60 equals 120 times I. So we're going to isolate I to find the current. And so to do that, we subtract, nope, we divide, my apologies. We divide 120 off of the I, and then we should get 0.6 divided by, okay, turns out I was doing it right. So 1.6 divided by 120 is 0.005 amps, okay? So now that we have our current, we can bring it down here to solve for resistance. And so now we use this equation, so it's 120 volts equals 0.005 times R. We divide off the 0.005 from that side to isolate R, and we should get 120 divided by 0.005 is 24,000 ohms as the resistance. So that is how you do power. So in summary, to find, you need to use both of these equations, and they're going to be given to you in word problems. And so you just take the power and okay, so there might be questions that are saying, like, would this trip a type of circuit breaker? So they're going to give you like different appliances and how much power they're using. And so you're going to calculate the current of it. And so, yeah, you calculate for I, which would be the current, and then you add it all up, and then if it's more than how much your circuit breaker can take, it will trip the circuit, and if it's less than it, then it won't trip the circuit. It would work just fine. And so you just really have to think about like what the question is asking you. So if it's like, would it trip this circuit, it's most likely you have to add up all the amps that you got from the different appliances that they gave you. And if it asks for resistance, that's when you use this equation with the R, because R is resistance and I is amps, V is volts, and P is for power.